attempt to colonize the land of Palestine. These women...
This about the administration's abduction of...
Intimidate them, arrest them, deport them, with or without cause. It doesn't matter to them.
To have invested time and energy into the AICC elections, I now invite you all to put that energy. Thank you.
Thank you, student leaders.
A lack of solidarity. They feel that they are vulnerable. They feel that they and their liberties can be taken at any time. Now, if the best or near best private university in America or the world can say no, if it can defy the Trump regime, even at the expense, at a big expense, and I'll get into this in a moment, if it can do that, then the best public university in America and the world must do the same. And years will demand from all of us great courage.
Are not new to those of us in these departments on this campus. Over the past 8 years,
tyranny cannot exist unless people submit to it. And we are not going to submit.
Because they hate diversity, or because they think we're a hotbed of wokeness, or because we enter a more just world for all of us. Not just
The conservative Republican kids from Sacramento, and you can see pictures of them marching through that gate. Resolution to protect academic and political freedom. The resolution sponsored by, among many other people.
If there's one thing that we are all committed to, it is the safety of our students, and that we will not allow them to be picked off. We will not let them be threatened for exercising their First Amendment rights, and we certainly won't sit by while there's political litmus tests applied to them that potentially puts them in real harm's way.
I'm against the cuts, which is a big part of Trump's agenda, cutting funding to education. And I'm also against the whole spiel. I mean, I got my master's at Columbia, and what they did to that Columbia student. And I just believe in due process. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in inalienable rights, which is a big part of my curriculum. I mean, rights that you are naturally born with and that cannot be taken away, at least in theory.
We must also reject the weaponization of anti-Semitism.
I became politicized. Where I learned about Asian American history, must step up and do more.
I think that we have something that we're fighting for that is a little bit different than what we've been fighting for in the past. And that is our very right to keep fighting, and our right to resist, and our right to speak and learn and teach, even if it disagrees with a current political regime. And I think this is the fight to win all fights, and that we need to show up and in a way that is more powerful and more abundant than in the past.
Are we still recording in live right now? Like, we don't need to, or do we need to feed in? Correct. We should.
But this is not politics anymore. This is our lives. This is our fundamental relationship with our country and ourselves. And this is not a drill. And I think it's hard to recognize that when we've been living our whole lives in a fire and in a crisis. But this is not a drill. This one's different.
as a co-chair of the Berkeley Faculty Association, I'm
3 and 4, and they will switch every 20 minutes. So I'll read the names of each one.
our freedom to research, to teach, and to learn. Our job.
When higher education is under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back! When our universities are under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back! Higher education, hands off! our communities, hands up! Our identities, hands up! We got in the building right now. First and foremost. All right, much respect. We got New Jersey Institute of Technology, PSA, AUP. We got AUP, NYIT Manhattan chapter. Give it up.
To teach, to research, to associate, and to protest. We say yes to a free university. Open and accessible to all. A university where you can get a scientific education that faces up to the environmental catastrophe we've unleashed on the world. We say to a university where you can get an education in history. One that confronts the histories of racism and slavery, exploitation and empire, and of the people who fought back. These histories are being censored and suppressed by the government today. Even the dead aren't safe. We say yes to it. There's a little Walter Benjamin. We say yes to a university where you can get a political education. Where if something's not being taught in the classroom or the laboratory, if thinking and learning is being foreclosed, students can pitch their tents on the quad and teach each other and teach their teachers. Opposing the destruction of Gaza. Authoritarian apparatus. We can't go back to the day last months offer us many lessons about our institutions, and because when we fight together, we win.
Hands up! Our students, hands up! Freedom of expression, hands up!
This is amazing. We have a great lineup of speakers. When protesters are abducted off our very streets into deportation to learn, and when our international students and our international colleagues who are here on visas have right now as a purge, and we need to fight back. It's inspiring to see so many of you out.
What the government is doing has absolutely nothing to do with security. It is entirely about repression.
That's right.
The U.S. government is using every tool in its massive arsenal to arrest, to detain, to deport, and in the case of universities, to defund these institutions simply because they disagree with U.S. foreign policy and have the humanity, let alone the temerity, to stand up for Palestinian human rights and oppose a genocide in Gaza.
That's right.
Fear of speech is authoritarianism. Fear of freedom is authoritarian, and it's being done on this under this false guise of a false definition of anti-Semitism, which, given the Nazi sympathizers in the administration, is obviously preposterous pretext. The true goal is to weaponize this ideological orthodoxy to dismantle the very institutions that undergird our democracy: courts, lawyers, civil society, and universities. And to suggest that due process is optional is, again, the hallmark of authoritarianism. Their strategy depends on testing us and shocking us to see if we will give up. Their strategy depends on dividing us so we cannot support each other. Will we let that happen?
No!
Will we stand together?
Yes!
Will we be silenced?
No!
Hands off Mohsen. Hands off our students.
Without warning.